and welcome to the Takarazuka Revue fan podcast, where Zuka fans from around the world get together to talk and squee about Takarazuka. This is Julie in Arizona, and with me today I have...
Heidi in Philadelphia.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We just recorded the Anastasia episode, and we also wanted to touch on a bit of news as well. So we're not going to do happy things because we just did that. But first, we wanted to talk about the shuffle, people moving around and people retiring.
The shuffle.
Yeah. I'm still wondering if there's going to be more of a shuffle, you know?
It almost feels like something's going to happen, right?
It feels like, because, like, you know, if we want to jump right into it, the, like, Hanagumi retirements, sort of... I know that Hitoko already transferred into Hanagumi, but like it still feels like with Akira leaving. Sorry, let's do stage names. Like, I'm sure we'll switch back and forth, but like for the benefit of the listeners, it was announced a while back that Hanayuki, the top Musumeyaku, is retiring. And then recently, when rehearsals started for Augustus, the, you know, current Nibante, Seto Kazuya, announced her retirement. And that's gonna result in a shakeup, I think, for Hanagumi.
Yeah, Hanagumi's been in a weird kind of flux situation for a long time, I feel. I don't know. I could talk an entire hour on that, but that's not the point of this podcast, so I won't. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like if they weren't going to continue stringing things out the way that they have been for the last couple of years, Hitoko hopefully would step into that Nibante role. It doesn't really make sense to put anybody else in front of her. Also, she's got other people kind of coming up behind her as well. Like Sanosuke. So, yeah, they've got, hopefully they'll just get everybody back into line, I suppose.
I'm totally forgetting Hitoko's, Toaki Seiya, yeah. Yeah, so Hitoko was transferred in,
a couple years ago.
Last year. Because her first thing with Hanagumi was Dance Olympia.
That's right. Okay.
And because she has the visa sponsorship, it seems pretty clear that she'll be taking over that Nibante spot from Akira.
Yeah. And so retiring also with Augustus is Saizuki Una said, who is she's currently Fukukumicho. And so they will be bringing in Mikaze Maeda from Sorogumi, along with Madoka from Sorogumi. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
It's been interesting because the Kumicho and Fukukumicho has like varied so much from when I started out as a fan. Fukukumicho, or like Kumicho and Fukukumicho, should be people over 40, like people who are like Senka eligible. So to have people who are like 88th class and 90th class be Kumicho and Fukukumicho absolutely blows my mind. So it's kind of interesting that we're going from Luna as Fukukumicho to someone much older again.
Well, for a time, Mirio was either technically Fukukumicho or not. Maybe she wasn't. I think she was one away, basically. From, you know, by the time she retired. So there's been that jump in Hanagumi for a while. But then they're also, let's see, Mihana Rino, Sakino Mion, and Sarasa Nachi are also retiring, who are all Musumeyaku. And so the, like, hemorrhaging of Musumeyaku from Hanagumi is continuing, sadly.
So not only are they bringing Aoi-san in to, you know, be Fukukumicho and, you know, most senior Musumeyaku in the troupe, who knows? Maybe there will be some additional transfers at some point.
Yeah. Gosh, they really need it, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
It
does feel like Hanagumi is a little thin right now, with Akira leaving, and it's sort of like, other than me feeling fairly confident that Hitoko is going to be Nibante, I sort of don't know, like, where's Maiti going to fit into the picture? Minami Maito, you know? Has she just been thoroughly shoved aside, or like what's going to happen to her?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I love her so much. I don't want her to leave. So
yeah, and then there's up and comers like Seino Asuka and Hiryu Tsukasa. They moved Ayaki Hikari out, so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they moved her. I don't know. Tsukasa is kind of also in that weird position of like, what are they going to do with her? Because I feel like, she's always been kind of had like a strong presence for the past, like relatively strong presence for the past few years, but I don't know that she's.
She had a really good character part in Nice Work.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, cool.
I mean, for me, she stole the show. She was so funny. The faces she pulled were just incredible. But you may be right. She may be on more the track to be a Brabante character actor than like a contender for top spot.
Yeah. Well, Hanagumi was so like full of like those top echelon Koyaku roles for a long time.
Hanagumi is the Star Maker shrew.
Yeah.
And kind of right now, I'm like, is it?
It's
yeah.
I don't know what they've been doing. Like they let people kind of back up for a long time.
That's true. Yeah, so, whenever you have a top who's top for a long time, it makes everything underneath really kick. You look at WoW, Yoka, Senna June, Haruno Sumida, Mirio, of course, Asumirio, Chie, Yuzuki Rayon. Anytime somebody stays around as top for a long, long time, the person who started out as the Nuvante, the people who started up as the like lineup, it's never the same by the time they retire.
Yeah, which is certainly true for Mirio, but
exactly.
That's where I came in, and I loved her so much.
Yeah, but, I mean,
it changed a lot by the time she was done. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a little bit of old news, but they moved Chinatsu out of Hanagumi back to Tsukigumi.
Yeah, which was like very sad to lose her, but also at the same time, like, did open up a little bit of room as well, hopefully. So I have to admit, I haven't watched a whole lot of Hanagumi since Mirio retired, but also because of Zuka in general, because of COVID. So it's been a whole time. Yeah.
But so we've got all the people retiring in Hanagumi, and then coming in as the new top Masumiyaku is Hoshikaze Madoka, was just very recently announced.
Yeah, they had announced her switch over to Senka in December, I think we discussed around there, which was already sort of a surprise, and kind of a very, what does this mean?
There was no doubt in my mind that they were holding her in the wings for someone. It was just a question of, is she going to go to Hanagumi or Tsukigumi? You know, as far as I was concerned, it was just like, it's going to be one of those two. I didn't really think they were just going to leave her in Senka. I don't love how the company has just, in the case of Madoka and Ai-chan, just used Senka as like a holding place for them to do one dinner show and then go back to a different troupe. I don't love that. Yeah. But it's not up to me.
Yeah, it is rough though, because it's not like they could have actually transferred her while Hanayuki was still there, obviously, right?
In the case of Madoka, especially, it's pretty awkward. So
because they're classmates,
aren't they? Classmates, they are indeed. Which is interesting because that means that now Rei doesn't, have like a Ken 3 baby as her partner. She's getting a mature Ken 7 or Ken 8 Musumeyaku as her new partner.
Yeah, that's true.
That's pretty cool. I don't dare to hope. I don't dare to hope that Hankyu is finally going back to more mature Musumeyaku tops, because I'm still waiting for the Tsukigumi announcement before I make that judgment. But with Asazuki Kiwa and Madoka, fingers crossed. Like I can only hope, man. But like, you look at people who became tops young, like Tamakichi and Rei, and I think they really benefit from having a more mature partner who can carry the stage with them, as opposed to the entire responsibility being on the top Otokoyaku's shoulders.
For sure.
So I'm very excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, Yeah, I was excited when they announced Kiwa because she was Hanagumi. Obviously, she bounced back and forth a couple of times.
Yeah,
Was
it's funny
weird.
how many people, like, because that happened to Chinatsu as well, and it doesn't really count, but like technically Aoi-san was originally Hanagumi, but she moved into Soragumi like within a year and a half because that was when Soragumi was formed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But technically she was. But yeah, what else have we got on the table?
Other Yukigumi retirements.
Yes. So again, a little bit of older news, but it's sort of fresh in my mind because I just saw the
Did you watch the stream?
Fortissimo. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties, but we were about to talk about Snow Troop Yukigumi retirements, which were announced a while ago, but are fresh in my mind because the stream for Daimon's Grand Theater last day and also the Sayonara show, I just saw that a few weeks ago. I think that Daimon and Kiho are so amazing, and it was incredible to see them. But let me tell you, when you're a top star, you're sort of clock is always ticking. But I'm so broken up about Kari Kirahareo, who I've been following since she was a baby, since she was Ken 1. So yeah, I'm pretty sad about that.
What kind is she now?
She's Kamaki's class. So she's like pretty up there, honestly.
No, she 94th.
94th.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So like she'd be one Ken below the top star because Saki becoming top. But yeah, she got some rights. She had kind of like a glaring background guy character in the play, and then they had a whole like the whole group of Taidansha other than Daimon and Kiho. They had a lot of stuff together in Silk Road. So it was really nice to see them all really get not just like that one moment that they usually do in a review, but like get lots of moments leading us along the Silk Road throughout the review. So that was pretty cool.
So sweet. Who did the review? What director?
Oh gosh, it's not going to be fresh in my mind, but I will.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, wait. No, I remember because everybody was raving about, this director needs to do all the reviews from now on. It was Ikuta Hirokazu.
Oh, okay.
And somebody was like, okay, Ikuta Sensei just does all the reviews from now on.
Nice.
like I love me some Fuji Sensei, but Fuji Sensei's gotten kind of like stale.
He's got a formula.
He's got a formula and he sticks to it, and I love that formula, but I guess he's running out of ideas. And I didn't feel like Aquavite was like mind-blowing of a review the way that some of his other works like Hot Eyes and Sora Fantasista have been. So Ikuta Sensei did a good job of letting all of those Taidansha have like a lot of stage time throughout the review. And Kiho had an amazing like song/rap while Daimon and Saki pair danced or dance fought or tangoed or something.
Oh my gosh.
And it was mind-blowingly amazing.
That's awesome.
Then in Daimon's Sayonara show, the very first thing that they did was recreate the Kari in like a belly dancer outfit, basically. Number from Don Juan. If you haven't seen it, see it.
Don Juan
if you haven't seen it, it blew my mind. The first time I saw Don Juan. So yeah, I was really pleased that Kari got to show off her dancing one more time.
Nice.
And honestly, Shono Chio did as well. I really felt like not just Daimon, Kiho, and Sho got stuff to do in the Sayonara show, but everyone throughout the review and the Sayonara show, they really got a lot to do.
That's awesome.
But without getting too off track, some of the other Taidansha in Yukigumi, the other one who, it's so annoying that someone catches your eye right as they're retiring, but Yume Maoto, I'm not sure what class she is. Let's find out. Yume Maoto is 100th class. She has such a cute face, and she's retiring.
Aww.
I was like, oh, a new Yuki that I know. Oh, she's one of the Taidansha.
Oh, darn. Yeah. Ugh, that's rough.
So with all of the Taidansha, we have Sakiwa is our new top combi coming up.
Yeah.
And they have their Grand Theater City Hunter Fire Fever, I think, is the lineup.
Okay.
It sounds spicy, right?
Yeah, it does.
It sounds kind of atsu.
Sounds, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
gosh.
City Hunter, I guess, is like a manga from the 90s or something.
Oh, it does sound a little familiar, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like read the Wikipedia page or something when it was first announced, but
Mm-hmm.
And then Fire Fever is Inaba Sensei, but
okay.
I feel like I just made a joke to somebody that like between Fiery Bolero and Fire Fever and all of these like hot titles that Saki's getting, are we going to get like a sort of like, sexy, heavy chemistry kind of couple? It's going to be interesting.
And Kiwa is so she's so vibrant. So I'm really curious to see them together. It's been so long since I've really watched any Yukigami. I feel so bad. I haven't seen very much of Daimon's like run at all, which sucks.
Yeah.
Because like I saw her, she was in the show the very first time I ever saw Takarazuka live, which was 2014 Elizabeth, and we were like, at some point when we come back, we will see a Daimon show when she's top star. And in
never
the
got to happen.
6 years since then, it never manifested, unfortunately.
Oh, what a bummer.
Yeah. So I'm sad that it's also, I was just saying this to my partner the other day, I'm like, how rough has it got to be to Taidon right now? Like, you can't, they don't do Irimachi or Demachi anymore. That whole,
I literally don't know what they're doing as far as like a last tea party, a farewell party. Like, how is that even working right now? I don't know.
But even just, the everybody coming out to, on your very last day, lining the streets, like they can't do that anymore, and it's gotta be so sad. And I really feel so bad for her, but also for like all of her fans, especially
all
like
of her fans,
and
Kiho's fans and Show's fans and
everyone. And even all like the internet, like us international fans, like those,
that was all we got.
Yeah, but we literally cannot even like go see the show. Like it's great that we have the live stream. Like that's really awesome.
That's the only saving grace for sure.
Yeah, but it's gotta be so hard.
Yeah, without going too down into just bemoaning about retiring forever. Let me tell you, Daimon's show, Sayonara show, came hard for your feelings. It was just constant pain. And I was trying to explain to people that, like, if you haven't seen many Sayonara shows, Daimon's was pretty unusual in the sense that, like, a lot of it was them, like, reenacting whole scenes from her career. Rather than just, like, standing and singing, and, like, dancing in review costumes or whatever. So it was interesting, but also lots of tears. Just designed to make the audience cry over and over again.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That
hurts. Let's see. Is anybody else transferring? Was there anything else that we were going to talk about as far as people?
I don't know. I don't think so. That's all I had on my list.
Yeah,
because probably something we're missing, but
because we don't know about any of the transfers yet. I sort of have suspicion that transfers are imminent, but I've been wrong before. Like, there's times when I've looked at Takara's, the sort of lineup of the different troops, and I'm like, oh man, a shuffle like sort of needs to happen, but then it doesn't.
And then it doesn't.
So we shall see.
I'm very suspicious about this long delayed
Tsukigumi tops.
announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of us know, you know?
Yeah.
But it's funny because I'm sure the news of the new top star is going to come out like before we post this podcast. I have a feeling. I have a
That's
feeling
exactly
that
what's going to happen.
Yeah, I have a feeling Tsukigumi Tops is going to be announced between the two runs of Da Lake, and Da Lake just ended. So I feel I have a spidey sense.
Yeah.
So we'll find out.
Tomorrow is Monday. Do they usually drop news on Mondays?
It really depends. There used to be a thing of like the offices are closed on Wednesdays. They don't do news on Wednesdays, but then sometimes there is news on Wednesdays. So who knows?
Huh. Yeah. Who knows anymore?
Yeah.
Things that have become less and less predictable.
For real. But we also have all the new shows that are coming out. If we want to just go down the list of not necessarily what's been announced in the news, but just what's coming up next.
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet just started. Fortissimo just started in Tokyo. So immediately on the horizon, we've got those. We've got Tamakichi's Ghost Detective buddy comedy thing with
that
Chinatsu.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's fun.
Wait, is that like period?
It's based on a book or a TV show or something. Yeah, let me see.
Okay.
A novel by Arisawa Arisu. I felt like maybe there's a TV drama version as well, though.
Okay. But it's not modern, or is it?
I don't know.
Oh. Okay.
We didn't prep on that, so
Sorry, I'm asking all these questions.
No worries.
But
I'm
just gonna go look at the promo poster and see what it looks like. Maybe that'll tell me.
So we've got the second run of Love at Doll Lake coming up at Drama City. Misono Sakura's Music Salon.
It looks modern. She's in a suit. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I figured it was like modern in the sense of 21st century, but I don't know how modern.
Right. Yeah. I meant more like, is it like, I don't know, Showa or something like that? So.
Probably not.
No, it is modern. She's in a white suit on the
one of the rare occasions where they do something like modern Japan. They don't do that very much. Which, speaking of, we've got Kazuki Sora's Bow. That is early 1900s Japan. Kitty talked about that a little bit on the other podcast that we just recorded. But I'm really excited for her to stretch her wings and show us what she can do in a lead role. Yeah,
that'll be really, really awesome. She's so good.
And it's interesting because historically, the guy that she's playing, who was like an artist and maybe also a political activist, had 3 wives. So like, I sort of figure that's why we didn't get like a lead Musumeaku announcement, because there might not be one. There might be just like multiple women who sort of come in and out of his life. I have no idea. So
we will find out.
That's Soragumi. We've also got Madoka's Music Salon and Hotel Svitzer House. I'm really curious to see what Svitzer House is going to be like. I'm hoping that it'll be like a lot of good character drama, juicy roles for people to play with. I sort of get the impression that it'll be like Grand Hotel or one of those shows where like it all takes place in the hotel, the whole apartment cinema or something. It all takes place in just people coming out of this one environment.
Yeah, those shows can be really interesting.
Exactly, because you don't really change the location of the action, so it all has to be around the character moments.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's got Yurika in a suit again, and Kiki in a suit again, which is always a good decision. So. Yeah, and our new Musumeaku Junhana. So we'll see how that all shakes out. Yeah. And then coming up after that, we'll have Hanagumi Augustus. They're in rehearsals right now, as we mentioned earlier.
Katja's going to be playing Cleopatra.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
That sounds great.
I'm pretty hyped. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm super excited for Katja because there was this while where I was always bracing myself for like the Katja retirement announcement. I just kept assuming that was going to happen, and I was like, oh, her classmate Mirio retired, her classmate Daimon retired, like any day now. And for some reason, this really has cemented it in my mind that maybe she's not going to retire, though. You know, maybe she's really just going to be like the next Junko or whoever, play a bunch of male and female roles, and just kill it in Senka for as long as she wants to.
Yeah, I mean, she deserves it. Yeah. So. But yeah, the aesthetics for that show look
oh gosh,
really good.
It's not very often that Takarazuka has like a poster that I think is actually good. No offense, they just don't have good graphic design. I'm always questioning their choices as far as posters. But yeah, actually I kind of like the Augustus one, and I'm interested in what Hanayuki's role is, because it's not Octavius or Augustus's wife. That's weird too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
She'll look beautiful.
Yeah.
Regardless. So, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so that there's going to be a Sayonara show, right, for her and Akira.
Right.
And that'll be something in Cool Beast.
Cool Beast. Let's see who's doing that. Oh, is that a...
It's a Daisuke Sensei.
Is that another Oh, okay,
Fuji Daisuke. Yeah. You know, because it has 2 exclamation parts.
You are correct. You are correct. I don't know how I missed that. So.
And it sort of sounded like it was going to be like a Latin review. I'm not sure how Latin we're going to do in the Latin review.
Hopefully on the west side of Latin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of all the ruffles and all the Latin, like, costumes that they always pull out. I'm not super a fan of like the orange face, kudo nuri, as they say. Somebody was just saying that they think maybe they won't go so like tan makeup because it's tied on of a top Musumeyaku and the Nibante, but I don't know if that's a guarantee that it won't happen. Like, that's just a theory.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, one would hope, I guess. So, but yeah, cool. That looks really, really sharp. The splash image on the front page looks really cool too. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, I got it. I just looked at the Augustus. I get English summaries on the English website now, and Pompeia is Julius Caesar's daughter, and that's who I thought. The Pompeia, but there's been multiple people called Pompeia in the history of Rome or whatever, so I just wasn't 100% sure. But the fact remains that historically she was not like married to the guy that Ray's playing, so I'm curious about that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting for sure. Yeah. Cool. Nice.
What else have we got? Tamakichi's stuff. Oranki, Dream Chaser. Because Akira's retiring, she's got her dinner show. Gracias. Hanayuki's dinner show. Yeah.
Yep.
And then Asa has a lead bow. Asami Jun, and the other cast split for Yukigumi is Sakiwa doing Emblem of Venetia and La Poison again. So they're both remakes.
Okay.
I guess that's usually the case in like a tour, right?
Yeah, that's a frequent
now that I think about it, it's interesting that it's still announced to be a tour when they've canceled all the tours during COVID.
When does it happen?
June.
Maybe they're like hoping.
They're hoping. I don't know anything about like vaccine rollouts in Japan and how that's going, but
I don't know either. I have a friend who teaches over there. She's been there for a long time now, and someone asked her if she was going to get the vaccine. She's like, yes,
I hope.
And I guess like I think an older woman she was talking to was like, really? Even though it's scary?
Why is it scary?
Yes, we're gonna get the vaccine. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really heard much about their COVID situation recently, I suppose.
So yeah, for better or for worse, it is in fact announced as a national tour. So we'll see how that goes. I do love Le Poison, so that will be.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen Tomu's one?
No, I haven't seen. Actually, I have not seen a whole lot of Tomu, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh! So. Like, I know that you're a Hanagumi fan because of Mirio, not because of Tomu, but I'm just like, ah.
Yeah, no, I have seen some of her stuff, but not a whole lot of it.
Yeah, fair enough. So. I think Chia Nene did it as well, but it's sort of like
that would make sense.
You know, a classic review, but I like it.
Nice.
Sometimes, like, the Okada Keiji stuff is a little too oldie moldy for me, but I like that one.
Nice.
And then Asa's The Man Who Is Magic is like based on a book or something. I was kind of like low key considering trying to find a like used bookshop or something that might have it, just out of curiosity. The author is the director is Kimura Shinji, who is kind of getting up there. And he's had some pretty good shows. So we'll see what happens.
I know I've heard his name, but I can't listen to the.
Well, I always think of Soragami stuff. So Kimura Sensei did Song for Kingdoms and A Kiss to the Flames. So like he's done a few like opera adaptations into Zuka. Okay. Yeah, that's what I know. I'm probably forgetting something really obvious that he's done, but yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then Sherlock Holmes. We were kind of talking about it.
Sherlock Holmes.
We were talking about it in the other podcast as well, so we don't have to like bang on about it too much. But
yes,
I mean, as interested as I am for like a Sherlock adaptation, I'm kind of just like, LOL, maybe it won't be anything special. Maybe it'll just be really stereotypical, just hitting all the Sherlock tropes. But there is another Makaze original review, which I'm excited about because we haven't had many of those, called Delicieux. And it's like a candy, sweets, pastry themed review.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about that, yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes. The only thing that makes me like is it's also delicious Paris. So I'm like, Paris themed reviews.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah. Could be good. We'll see.
Yeah, I can't, I won't. The last Sherlock Holmes reference I saw in a Zuka show was conflating Sherlock Holmes with Charles Dickens in Rudio's last show. So.
That's weird. I haven't seen
they like
Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale. It was just this short little bit, and they're like, "Oh, we need like a detective for such and such thing," but they called him Charles Dickens. And then, I'm sure I mentioned this in the Fairy Tale podcast, but then, like, when he had his little, like, scene kind of, like, you know, off on the wings, when they went to go see him, it said Baker Street on
That's so weird.
And he was clearly a detective, so it was like, these things are not the same.
Oh my gosh, that is really bizarre. Like, who does...
So,
everyone knows who Sherlock Holmes is. Like, there's no way you could be like, oh, JK, we just mixed up two different people. Like, that's so bizarre.
Yeah. They didn't say Sherlock Holmes.
I got you.
They said Charles Dickens.
I got you. But it said Baker Street.
It was very obvious they meant Sherlock Holmes.
So strange.
So I don't know why. I don't know
why. Well, anyway, we also have, after Romeo and Juliet, Hoshigumi's next shows are going to be, Koto's doing like a concert. Koto and Maisora are doing a concert called Verdad. And, Aizuki Hikaru is doing Manon, which is a revival, not of the Masaki Vietnam one that was 5 years ago, but the 2001 Asako and Mihoko Bao. So it's more, I don't want to say more based on the opera Manon. They both are in their own way. But it was interesting because it's like a very passionate, love story. And it was like the first Asako and Mihoko thing. And then, they were split up into different troops for a while and then came back together to be tops, which doesn't always happen. So,
interesting.
Yeah. I went and rewatched it after the Aichan one was announced. And I'm not going to accept anyone else except Kurachi as as the Musumiyaku lead for that one. So, Hankyu, let's get that poster. Let's get that announcement that Arisa Hitomi is going to be the lead Musumiyaku, because no one else will do, in my opinion.
Must be her. Yeah. Otherwise, you're doing it wrong.
Otherwise, you're doing it wrong. Yeah. And then, then Hoshigumi's next grand theater is the... Play Half is like a Japanese historical about Latin ninja, Yagyu ninja scrolls. I've heard of Yagyu Jubei because of like anime, but I don't know that much about him. But then the review half is going to be more dandyism, which again, I'm not always a big fan of Okada Sensei, but I do like dandyism. Who doesn't? So we've had dandyism, we've had neo-dandyism, we've had neo-dandyism 2, and now more dandyism.
Isn't that a very Hoshigumi show?
Actually,
too?
it's funny because the original dandyism was Hanagumi, but literally every other dandyism has been Hoshigumi.
Hoshigumi.
Yeah. So now it's a Hoshigumi thing. Wataru, and then Chie, and now Koto. It really, it seems appropriate. I mean... I so much see Koto as Chie's successor that like it sort of only seems right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know that number that Kiki does from Dandyism in Citrus Breeze. It's one of my favorite Takarazuka numbers of all time. And I love basically every iteration. So it better be in there. Is all I'm saying. If you've seen Golden Steps. The pinstripe suits, Ochokoyaku tangoing with each other. I need it all in that number. So yeah, I'm definitely more excited about more dandyism than Koto Ninja.
Yeah, that sounds really, really good.
Yeah, but I think that's everything for like the shows that are coming up. Like I said, I have a sneaking suspicion that literally right after we record this podcast, there's going to be some Tsukikumi announcements.
There's going to be some bomb announcement that happens.
Yeah, and then also we actually don't know what Rei and Ko are doing after Augustus. We don't know what Madoka's first show as top of Hanagumi is going to be. So that'll be, that's something to look forward to as well.
They'll probably announce that shortly before Augustus starts. I feel like that's usually the pattern,
I feel like
right?
that sounds accurate, yeah.
Yeah. So, but we still don't know small theater shows.
Yes, that's what I mean. Not only do we not know the grand theater debut, we don't even know the small theater first Rei Madoka combi thing.
Interesting.
Could be anything. Do you have any thoughts? What's your, if you could pick something out of the sky of your like dream Rei and Madoka thing?
Oh geez. Oh god. I don't even know. Rei and Madoka. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm still trying to picture them together, to be honest. Like, Rei and Hana Yuki sort of matched each other facially, and Rei and Madoka sure don't. Everyone's been posting around that photo shoot that they did for Rei's photo book in 2016.
16.
Yeah, they dressed up as school kids. It's really cute. The photo shoot's really cute, but it was like 5 years ago. It's not like they have like stayed friends or have amazing chemistry. We have no idea what it's going to be like.
No idea.
But I thought Nice Work was pretty fun, so I guess I can't get a revival of Nice Work. Or maybe we can. Right? They did that with, like, West Side Story and On the Town. Actually, what if they did do that? Now I'm just starting rumors.
They
I'm just
could,
starting rumors, but
actually.
it's the prime time
No, but
to
they
just do it
could.
with another cast
Yeah.
because both Hanayuki and Akira won't be there anymore, so they have to have they have to have Madoka as the lead. If they had Hitoko doing her a lead show at the same time, then they'd have to recast not Jackie. It's like Jackie. What's her part called?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember. She's in a Miss Miyagi role. Oh, gosh, it's totally escaping me. But anyway, you know what I mean? Like, they did the same thing with West Side Story, where they did a different Bernardo, a different Anita. They, like, changed the whole cast under the tops and did a second run. And on the town as well.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. That could be totally viable, because, I mean, we were just saying that they often, like...
Eileen.
Reuse
that was
shows
it.
that they've done recently.
Hitoko's name was Eileen.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I'm starting... I'm calling it now. We'll see.
That could be good. I didn't see it, obviously. Like, Anastasia was the first stream that I ever did, so I haven't seen it. But, yeah, that would be really good. I feel like those types of roles are really good for Ray. Because she was so funny in Casanova, like those kind of really campy,
it's very campy,
silly, like those things are really.
It's just
really
zany, wacky, fun times. I feel like it would be really fun to bring some comedy back into Hanagumi and to bring some comedy back into Madoka's career, because there's been so much like dark and serious stuff.
Yeah, I guess she hasn't really.
She played a widow,
a ton of comedy,
and then her role in Flying Sappho was very dark and heavy as well. So, yeah, I'd like to see her do some fun stuff, a la Vampire Succession. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I wish I could name a show, but I'm just like, I don't even know any Hanagumi. What Takarazuka shows? Don't know. Can't pick anything out of
fair
the
enough.
air.
Fair enough.
I don't know. But yeah, absolutely, like more humor and whatnot.
Do you have a Kiki dream? If Kiki has a lead, if Kiki has a lead show after Sherlock Holmes, I would also want a comedy for her, probably, or like something a little lighter than Robbers.
Well, I wouldn't mind something being like heavier, but not. I don't know, because like Robbers could have had the right tone, but
it didn't.
The logistics of it, like all the background stuff, was just completely bonkers, and
it definitely didn't go the
right
way
for me.
It didn't go the way I thought it was going to go.
No, exactly. Yeah, it went very anime as opposed to actual drama, which was
unfortunate.
Very strange. Not that it's a very entertaining show, but I would like to see her do. I'm so torn, right? Because I want her to have those like really juicy, like heartstring roles that aren't just 20 minutes on stage. But she's also so good at comedy. She's so good at it. So I would really love to, I don't know, anything. She'll be the lead role, so she will be on stage for more than 20 minutes. So, yeah, something that can really, like, let her stretch her wings, I guess, but also challenge her so that we get a really good
I mean, I like the shows that are sort of, like, strike that balance between cartoony and, like, happy, feel-good, romantic at the same time, like PR Prince... and the similarly named Paradise Prince, and my hero was just kind of wacky fun times.
Yeah, so fun. Yeah, I agree. It always seems to be like those really the smaller shows that do it, right?
Almost always. So, I feel like that's a good place to wrap up with our
so fun.
With our dreams of what might come next.
Could talk about dream shows forever, but we will not.
Well, hopefully we can get this out in quick turnaround so that our news isn't like forever old by the time it gets uploaded.
That would be just how it works, right? Tsukigumi Tops will have been long announced. Dang.
But thanks everyone for listening. And we hope you're looking forward to all the new upcoming shows as well. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you next time. Bye.
Many thanks to Michael B. and the Arcanum String Quartet for their wonderful arrangement of Sumire no Hana Sakugoro. And thank you, listeners, for enjoying our podcast.